Let us try to solve the problem number 5 in the part A of CMA lab. And the problem number 5 is as follows. We are supposed to create a web page that is going to model the solar system. And all of them has to be done using the canvas element. Okay. The solar system must contain sun, earth, and moon. And all of them has to be created on the canvas using the shape. We are not supposed to use any images for creating the sun, earth, and moon. Also, the earth should revolve around the sun and the moon should revolve around the earth simultaneously. And this is the screenshot that they have provided. So when we complete our project, this is what we are going to achieve. We are going to have the sun at the middle and the earth that is revolving around the that is rotating around the sun, and the moon will revolve around the earth. This is what we are supposed to create it. So let's go ahead and let's create the application. I'm going to go to the my NetBeans and I'm going to create a new project. Okay, and I'm going to say solar system. Okay, you can give any name for that matter. And let me click next. And I will not select any of this template because they're not really required, and I'm going to finish it off. When I create the project, a blank project in the NetBeans, it's going to add some boiler code for me, that is boilerplate code for me, and this will contain some remark statement. I've just removed that remark statement. I'm going to call this one as the solar system. So I will give the title as solar system to this page. And what they have said is we are supposed to create a canvas. So let's create a canvas element. So I'm going to create a canvas element. And I'm going to set the ID for this canvas element because I have to refer to that particular thing. So I'm going to call this one as a solar system. You can just say solar system or SS. You can give any name to this. So I will refer to that solar system. And I'm going to set its width as 440 pixel and its height as say 400 pixel. So with that, I have done my solar system, and that is the canvas. Let me create a script. Okay, so I'm going to create a script tag here, and let me close that script tag. Okay, so I have the script tag with me, and because I have to draw anything using this canvas, so let me get the reference to that particular canvas. So I'm going to create a constant and I'm going to call it as a solar system SS. And how do I get it? I will go to the document object and I'm going to say get element by ID, and the ID that I'm going to use is the ID of this solar system. I'm going to just copy it, Control C and Control V it here so that I won't make any spelling mistake. Then so this particular ID is going to refer to this, this particular variable SS is going to refer to this canvas. Now you know very well, in order to use the canvas, you need to get its context. So let me create one more constant. I call it as CTX, and I'm going to go to SS, and I'm going to say get the context. Okay. And I'm going to get the 2D context. So now I have the reference to it. Let me create a function. So how do you create a function? You are going to just say function, and let me call show solar system SS. So you can give any name to that, but I'm going to just use show SS to say that show the solar system. Let me make it yes as a small case, but as far as the convention, so you just give small case to the function name. So let me see what we have is we have this canvas, okay, and we need to clear all the elements. So before we draw anything on this canvas, if you see this blue colored thing over here, so before we do anything, let me put change the color. Okay, before I do anything, I'm going to first clear all its content and I'm going to fill it with blue color. So how do I do that thing? Let me go to the function, and within the function, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to say ctx, and I'm going to say clear the rectangular area, that is the clear rectangle, starting from 0, 0 till the width and height. So I've taken the width and height as 440 and 400 and 440 and 400. So I'm going to just clear this. So what is the meaning of it is, I'm going to go from here to here and I'm going to clear all of them. So this starting point that you notice here, the edge is 0, 0 till the ending point. So this ending point what we have here is 440, 400. So up to here, from here to here, full rectangle, whatever that rectangle is there, I'm going to clear this rectangle. So all the content of the rectangle, I'm going to just clear it out. So that is what I'm doing over here. So I'm going to clear the rectangle. Then I'm supposed to fill it with the blue color. So let me fill it with the blue color. So I'm going to go here and I'm going to say ctx dot, and first of all let me select the color. I'm going to say fill. So let me say ctx dot fill style. So I'm not getting any option there. Okay, so let's I'm going to just save it first so that it gets some help to me. So I'm going to just save it, ctx dot. Then I'm going to say fill style. Okay, and I'm going to take the dark blue as the my color. So I'm going to fill it with the dark blue color. So that is done. So that I've selected the color. Remember, I've cleared everything. First, I'm going to clear this rectangle. This rectangle was there. This rectangle is cleared first, and then I'm going to fill it with the blue color. So after that, I'm going to fill this whole rectangle with the blue color. So that is what I'm going to do. So I've selected the color. Fill style is dark blue color. And I'm going to fill this rectangle. How do I do that? I'm going to say fill rectangle, RECT, starting from 0, 0 till 440, 400. I'm going to fill this rectangle. So in other words, I'm going to fill this rectangle with the blue color starting from 0, 0. So this is 0, 0 up to the last point over here, 440, 400. So this whole rectangle starting from here to here will be filled with the blue color. So that is what I'm going to do it. So once I have filled it, let's go ahead and let's do the thing. Now this is the base that I'm going to use it. Okay, this is the base every time instead of doing this one. So this is like a background. So I'm going to save this background so that I can reuse it again and again. So I'm going to say context.save to save the context so that I can restore it back. Then what I'm going to do is finally I'm going to restore it back. Okay, so I will tell you why I'm doing that thing. Just give me a second why I'm storing and I mean saving and restoring it back. Let me explain it later. Now let's draw the sun right at the middle. So what I have here is my rectangle. Assume that that rectangle is filled with the blue color. Okay, now I am at this position. Okay, now I'm going to put the sun, which is going to be yellow in color. I'm going to fill that sun. Where is my? I can see that yellow color. Okay, right at the middle. Okay, so not here. Let me redraw it. Okay, let me redraw it again. So this is blue color, and I'm going to change this color, and I'm going to make this one as roughly right at the middle. I'm going to put that sun, which is yellow in color. Okay, so my current location is this. I'm here, okay, at 0, 0. Now, first of all, I have to go at the middle of this whole thing. So this rectangular region is there, which is 0, 0, comma 440, comma 400. Okay. So from here to here, 0 to 440. So this is 0 to 440. Middle of this is 220. So this is the middle location. So that is roughly, this is the middle location. From here to here, it is 0 to 400. So middle of this is 200. So I will have to go to this location, 220 cross 200, so that I will come to the middle of this screen. So how do I do that thing? So my cursor is here. I'm at this location. Now I have to translate, or I have to go to this location, that is 220 comma 200. How do I do that thing is I'm going to say ctx dot, and I'm going to say translate, that is move to this location. So that the general word move that you are using in graphics, we say translate. Get the location, or go to that particular location, translate to that particular location. In other words, you are saying that take me to that location right at the middle, that is 220 cross 400. So if you look at this scene over here, now from here to here, this is whole width is, I have taken it as 440. So this is 440, and this what I have taken is 400. Height I have taken it as 400. So half of 400 is 200. So this is going to be the 200 line, and half of this 440 is 220. So I'm going to come right at the middle. Somewhere I'm going to come at the middle there. So my current location is here. From here, I am translating, or I'm moving to the center. I've just taken it to the center so that the cursor is there at the center. So once we are there at that location, I'm supposed to draw the moon at, the sun, which is yellow in color. So let me first select the color. You know very well, to select the color, you say ctx.fill color, and my color that I'm going to, fill style, my color is yellow. So fill style, remember to set the style of the color, you just say fill style, and the color is yellow. Now I'm supposed to draw the circle. How do I draw the circle? There is no method called as circle. What you have instead is something called as an arc. Okay, so you have something called as an arc. So this is kind of arc, you have it. So you start the arc from one location, you keep on drawing this arc, and finally you come back to the same location. This is 360 degrees. If you rotate by 360 degrees, what you are going to get is a circle. So you are actually drawing an arc. Okay, this is, you generally you see this is an arc. So you start the arc, you keep on drawing up to 360 degree. If you draw it for 360 degree, you are going to get, so from the starting location, if you draw 360 degrees, you are going to get a circle. So we are supposed to draw the arc. So let's draw the arc now. How do I draw the arc? Okay, so to draw anything, we just say ctx and we say begin path. So that is required. So whenever we start saying that, you start drawing. So begin your path from this some location, you start and you draw it. So you always must say, whenever you want something to start, you say begin path, so that the path will be, that particular path will be created. Now I'm going to say ctx dot, and I'm going to say, as I've told you, arc. So from where should I start? Okay, so remember, when you draw the circle, few things you must understand. So let's look at the circle first. So if you draw a circle, circle has a center. Okay, so every circle has a center, and every circle has a radius. So you know very well. So this is the radius along which you draw the circle. Now I'm already there at the middle. So if you look at here, I'm already there at the middle. So this is 0, 0. Okay. And I want to specify the radius. So this is the radius that I have to specify how much I want. What is uh, the you can say how much large the circle must look like. That is what is the meaning of saying the radius. So let's go ahead and let's get that radius. So starting from 0, 0. So what is this 0, 0? So in your blue color rectangle, you went right at the middle. I'm going to take the orange as my color because I can't see that particular color. So somewhere at 0, 0, that is at the middle, you are at the middle. This is 0, 0. So that is the location 0, comma 0. And you have to specify the radius. Okay, so this is 0, 0. So starting location 0, comma 0. This is the position where the your circle is going to come or your arc is going to come, and I'm going to say 20 is my radius. So in other words, I'm saying that this particular circle that I'm going to draw, the center of this circle, the middle of this particular circle, that center will be there at 0, comma 0, and the radius of this particular circle will be 20. So this is what I've done. However, I'm not drawing the circle. I am drawing the arc. So I told you how do you draw the arc. You start the arc from here. So I'm going to just draw. You keep on rotating, get 360 degrees, and you come back. You are going to get that circle. So starting from here, you keep on moving to this. So rotate by 360 degrees. You get it. How do I get this 360 degree? Remember this when we are talking about in general, whenever we talk about something, we say this is 90 degrees. We just say this is 90 degrees. But your maths people are not happy with the degrees. They go with something called as radians. So they have something called as a radians. Okay. So what is this radians? Okay. So radians is you have to multiply with the pi. So this, you know, this pi, you are familiar with this pi. So this pi value, okay, 3.14 something, that pi value is there. So 2 times this pi is 360 degree. Now how did I get that thing? Ask mathematician. And by the way, you have studied mathematics in your first and second semester. So this is 2 pi radians. If you say 2 pi radians, that means 360 degrees. Just get that thing. Pi means whenever you say pi, it is 180 degrees. Roughly it is 180 degrees. So just remember that 180 degrees is pi. What is 2 pi? 2 pi is 2 times 180. What is 180 into 2? You know very well, it is 360 degrees. Okay. And in the circle, you know very well how many degrees will be there. Circle has 360 degrees. You know that. Okay. So I cannot write 360 here. Don't write this 360 here. So you have to get this pi. How do I get this pi? You know very well, math.pi. Okay. So math.pi, that is this is a constant. Pi, you know, 3.14 something, you know very well. Okay. Into 2. Pi into 2. That is what you are going to say. Now there is one other thing. Now that's not really required, but because I just started with it. Now when you are starting like this, you can go downwards, okay, and then come back. Okay. So this is one way. Okay. What is the other way? Other way, see, you came down and again this way, again this way, again this way. This is in clockwise direction. You know that story, clockwise direction. What is the other way? Other way is you go like this and take 360 degree. Still you are going to get the circle. So this is anti-clockwise direction. You know very well. One is in the direction of clock, other one is in the anti-clockwise direction. So which direction you want, whether you want to get it in the clockwise direction or anti-clockwise direction, If you want it in the clockwise or anti-clockwise, you have to just put this true here. If you don't put also, it is going to be the anti-clockwise direction. Okay. If you don't say it true, it is going to work. If you say true, it is a default value. Whether you say it or not, it is going to be the anti-clockwise direction. Now, why do you take it in the anti-clockwise direction? So if you say, why don't you go in clockwise direction? You may ask that question. But just remember how your maths teacher has taught you. So this is x-axis, this is a y-axis, this is a x-axis, and you have a line here. How did you measure this angle? You measured the angle from here and you said it is 45 degrees. You started measuring in this direction. In this direction, this is anti-clockwise. Remember, you are not measuring in this direction. Generally, you measure the angles in the anti-clockwise direction. But does it make any difference in our story? The answer is no, absolutely it's not going to make any difference in our life. Okay, so we have our son with us. Let me call this function. Let me just call this function. I'm going to just call this function show ss, and I'm going to just put the semicolon so that I will call this function. I'm going to activate this function. If I run this one, okay, you will see that it has come. Okay, it has come. Okay, where is my arc? Has not come. My only black color has come. Why? Okay. Oh my God. I have drawn the arc. I have drawn the arc, no doubt. But where is see? Where is this? I have drawn the arc, but I have not told it to fill the arc. Sorry about that. So I was also wondering why. You just draw it. Okay. So in other words, you have drawn like this. Where is drawn line? You have to fill it with the yellow color, is it not? When you fill it with the yellow color, you'll see that yellow color there. So how do I say that you fill it with the yellow color? I'm going to see, this is in caps lock now. Where is the caps lock's gone? Okay, ctx dot fill. Okay, you say fill, and that's it. Okay, let me save it and let's see the effect now. Can you see that? Okay, this wherever it is coming very small. Let me see this. Okay, math.py into. So I have done. Hopefully I, oh yeah. Okay. So I have to specify one other value there. It is not this one. I have to specify one more thing. This is radius, and this yeah, I just forgot. Sorry about that. See, when I talk, I sometimes forget the thing. See, when you draw the arc, I'm sorry, I didn't. I just forgot that whole thing when I started explaining. So what is this? Is this is center? You know that this is center 0, comma 0. This part I have told you. Okay. This then I told you that the other part from here to here is the radius. I told you, and I told you that you start and take anti-clockwise or clockwise direction, and you take one circle. Everything is good, but for mathematics people, what they say is, okay, you can start from here. Circle is, it's a ring. There is no starting and stopping point. Why do you always you start from here? They say, why can't you start from here? From here also, if you take one rotation, you will get a circle. Other mathematician will come and say that why you start from there. You start from the bottom. You go from one, take one full circle, you get this. You take that arc in 360 degree, you get it. Now, in other words, what they are saying is, okay, what is the starting point? So in this circle, you are supposed to create a, no doubt you are supposed to go in 360 degrees. What is the starting location? That is what they are asking. So where will you start from here? Will you start from here? Will you start from here, or will you start from here or here or here? Which is the starting location? And this is called as angle, starting angle. I just forgot that when I explained it, I just forgot that thing. So when you draw this circle, okay, I'm going to just draw the axis for that particular circle. So this is the y-axis and the x-axis. and you have to specify where is this. Are you going to start at 45 degrees? So are you going to start at 45 degree? Remember 45 you don't use for degrees, you have to convert it into radians. Okay, so it's going to be terrible, but for us it is 45 degrees. Are you going to start from 90 degrees? Are you going to start from 180 degrees? What is the starting? Okay, to avoid all of them, so this is 45 degrees, you know very well, to avoid all the problem of converting something into radians and so on and so forth, I'm going to say this line, you know very well, this is 0. This angle is 0 angle, then 1 degree, 2 degrees, and 45 degrees, 46 degrees, 60 degrees, 80 degrees, and 90 degrees. So you keep on changing the degrees. So first degree, this line that you see, x-axis line, is at 0 degrees. Okay, so I have to specify. In other words, what I am saying is you start drawing the circle from 0 degrees. You start from 0 degrees, not at 90 degrees, not at 180 degrees or 270 or whatever degrees. You start from 0 degree, take one full 360 degrees, come back, you are going to get this circle. So this is the starting degree, that is 0. You start from the 0, you keep on doing like this, you come to that location. So this is 0 that I specified. So this 0, I just forgot 0 this, because this 0 means starting degree. So starting degree, you can make it as starting degree as 45. Remember, don't write 45 there. This is in 45 degrees. You have to convert it into radians and write it. If you know how to convert it into radians, you write it. Otherwise, you know very well, anything with the 0 is going to be 0. So 45 into something is going to give you, in 45 degrees into something, you are going to get it in radians. But 0 into anything you multiply, it's going to be 0 itself. So I will say starting from 0 degrees, you go and do it. So now if I go and look at here, I got this sun right at the middle. So this is 20. So this is there at exactly 0, 0. Okay. And this radius is 20 degrees. And I have started the drawing from here, 0 degree, took one full circle and came back, and that is why I'm able to see the sun. Okay, that is done. Let's go and get this orbit here. So this orbit you see here, I'm going to get this orbit. How do I go to get this orbit? So I have to remember, I'm there here. Okay, 0, 0. I have to get it, slightly move it here. I have to move up to this location. Then I can think of drawing something there. Okay, so let's start drawing this particular thing. What is this? Orbit around which the Earth is going to rotate. So how do I going to get this particular orbit? Okay, so I'm going to fill this particular thing. Remember, okay, so this, my sun is there. Let me redraw and let me show you. My sun is there. I'm going to use the color orange, because yellow, I don't know whether you'll be able to see it on the screen. So it's there at the center, and there. And I am going to get something. Let's say I'm going to get the orbit in blue color. So this is going to be, this is my sun. Okay, this is the orbit around which the Earth will rotate. Okay, so somehow I have to get this orbit. So first of all, let me set the color. So I'm going to set the color as aqua. As of now, I'm going to set the color as aqua. Later, you can change it as black, because according to their question, it is black in color. Black in video, when I record it, I don't think so you'll be able to see that color in black. So let me start with the color CTX, and I'm going to say, why should I type? Okay, so I'm going to copy paste it, and I'm going to take this one as aqua. AQUA, aqua. Okay, so I got the color as aqua, and I'm going to draw. Remember, you have to just change the color as black. So this color should be black when you are doing it in the practical. This color, just type black here, so you don't have to do anything. But for this video, I'm going to just take it as aqua, because that's going to show the thing. I'm going to slightly increase the line width, so that if you look at here, it's not really visible. That is, it's one line width is 1 pixel. I'm going just to make it a slightly larger by saying line width equal to 5. Okay, 5 pixels, slightly now kind of a large line. Okay, so I'm going to do that thing now. Before I do anything, you know very well, when you set here, next one is you begin path. Okay, you know very well, before you do anything, start it by saying begin path, and then you draw whatever you want to do it. Now the story remains same. You cannot draw a circle, so what you are going to do is you are going to create the arc. Okay, as simple as that. Starting location 0 comma 0. Okay, that is it. Now if you look at this particular thing, let me show this. If you just look at this thing, so sun is there, this width was 20 pixel, and this orbit is slightly larger, so you can take any value. I'm going to take that orbit as 150 degrees, the 150 pixel. So this is larger. Now remember, sun is 20 pixel from the center up to here. Sun radius is 20 pixel. From the center, I take 150, so that moon is slightly away from here. Okay. Don't take 500 because this last width itself is 450 or 440. Don't go beyond 440 because it's going to go, this thing is going to go beyond this canvas itself. So don't go beyond 440, but roughly, okay, you can take 200 or something of that thing, because the middle is, 440, middle of it is 220. So maximum, I think you can go with my calculation, you can go 220 is the maximum. It's going to touch this whole thing, but 150 is, I think, enough. That's a good value there. So my radius is going to be 150. So this radius that you're going to see here, so this radius, I'm going to take it as 150. So that arc is going to come at 150. So done. Okay. Then starting angle is 0. Okay, and you have to take 350 degrees. So how do I take 350 degrees? I'm going to say 350 degrees. If you want, you take it in clockwise or anti-clockwise. It is up to you. Okay, so whether you take it clockwise, anti-clockwise, it's up to you. You don't type that thing also, it is going to work. Okay, don't look at here. Now I'm going to just, I made one mistake, but I'm going to just say, okay, ctx.fill, just to show you that what's going to happen, and I'm going to tell you what mistake I have done. Okay, so I done one mistake there. Okay, let me show this effect. Now you notice that if you go here, notice that this whole thing is in aqua. Why? Because I have filled it. I was not supposed to fill that thing. If you fill this, sun is also filled with that color. So I'm supposed to change this thing. So don't fill it. Okay, then what am I supposed to do? You have to get this line in paint. You have this thing. You notice this one. This is stroke. These are called, if you use a pencil, this is called a stroke. You get this stroke there. Okay, not the fill there. So I'm going to say stroke style, not the fill style. I'm going to say this part is stroke style. And again, you don't say it is fill. You are going to say this one as stroke. Okay, I hope my spelling is proper. Let's save it, and let's see the effect. Can you see that effect? This is the stroke. Okay, fill means it's going to fill the whole thing. I don't want it to fill the whole thing. I want the lines to come. That is what is called a stroke. Okay, so you use remember that thing during the examination. Only for this you are using the stroke, not the fill. Okay, so you got your sun, you got your orbit. Now what is left over is you need the earth, right? So where is the earth? So first let's look at the thing. Earth is green in color, first thing, and earth is not at the center. Earth is there at this location. It has to go in this location. What is this location? This I've already taken. This is 150. So you have to go 150 from the center. So that's radius. Then the earth must come here. Okay, so you have to move to by, you are here now at the center, remember you are at the center 0 0. You have to move to this 150 location. How do you move to 150 location? How to get that thing, you know very well. To move to any location, I'm not going to type this one. I think I have to search now if I don't want to type it. So I have translate, this story is there. So translate will translate you to some location. So I'm going to say translate. Okay, translate to 150. Okay, 150, and don't go along the y direction, you don't change it, just go along the x direction. In other words, you have your sun here. Let me draw that sun here. So along this you just go 150, don't go in the y direction, don't go along, just along the x direction, just make a 150 pixel movement, and you are there at the orbit. You are there. If you just go from here straight away, if you go 150, and you have this if you go by 150, you have the orbit here, you're going to get this orbit. So go to that orbit. So that is what I have said. So go to this orbit. Done. Okay, now you need to fill it with the color. I'm going to copy this whole thing. Okay, fill it with the color. I'm going to just copy this thing, control C, and I'm going to paste it. My color is, what is my color? My color is green. Earth color is green. Okay, and you begin the path. And what is the radius? Remember, I won't take the radius as because I copied it for the sun. Let me reduce the radius of the earth is half the size of the sun. Maybe, I don't know, it may be less than that. Okay, half the size of the sun. That is, sun is 20, radius is 20, so sun is slightly larger. You can take it as 30 also. Earth is 10, or you can make it as still as 5 or something like that, but I think 10 is enough. Where is my system? And you see this. Okay, so now you have the sun, and at 150 you have the earth. Can you see that? I don't know whether you'll be able to see it on your video. So you have the earth there. Now I need a moon from that location. Okay, so this moon that you see over here, now you are there, remember you are there at 150. So remember, you are there at 0 150. Okay, so slightly from here, slightly go from this direction. You are there, you moved by 150. Okay, now the moon should not come on the earth. It's slightly away from the earth. You must get this moon slightly away. So get some distance from the earth, slightly move away from the earth. Earth is already 10, so I'm going to take the value as 30 or 35, whatever it is. I'm going to just copy this. This whole thing will repeat again. So instead of typing it, I'm going to just paste it here. So translate it by, let's say, 35 degrees, not 350 degrees, 35 or 30 degrees, whatever it is. Slightly you're going to move. Okay, done. And you can move along the x direction or along the y direction. It's up to you. What is the color of the moon? If you look at the color of the moon, color of the moon is what is this? White in color. Okay, so the color of the moon is white in color. You can get that thing. And what is the size of the moon? I'm going to assume that the earth is 10, remember. So size of the moon is half the size. Now you may say that no, moon is less than that. If you make it a very small moon, it may not be visible to you. Okay, let me save it, and let's see how it's going to appear. Can you see there? So sun, the what is this? Earth, and you have moon. So everything is there, but they are not moving. So that story is there. Okay. How do we move it? So what is the thing that we are supposed to do? Remember, we are going to use the idea that see the if you have this sun, moon, and earth is there. So what we are going to do is we are going to draw. We are going to erase this, and again we are going to draw the earth and the moon. Again we are going to erase it. We are going to draw the earth and moon. Again we are going to erase it. Now you have seen this animation. Where is this? Have you seen this one? This kind of thing in your pages. You draw 1111 image and you flip it. Okay, every time there is slight movement in 111 image, and the end result what you notice is you're going to get this animation. So let's if you look at this, and I don't know how much time it's going to take the load the video. You see this? Okay, I think if you see an advertisement, that's going to be a terrible thing. Let me try this one. Okay, so can you see this? As you flip, it is moving. Can you see that? Okay, this is the same thing that we are going to do. Okay, so what we are going to do is initially we are going to draw the sun here, earth here, and moon here. In the next scene, okay, sun will be there at the same location, earth will be slightly down, and moon will be slightly, if it is rotating, slightly other location. In one more image, okay, sun will be there at the same level. This is not this rectangle. The sun is there at the same level. The earth will be here and moon will be here. So we continuously keep on changing one after the other. We keep on changing. Okay, so we have to get this thing continuously. We have to get this movement. How do I get this movement? Okay, in other words, we have to keep on rotating this earth across the sun. So this earth angle must keep on changing. So this is at 0 degree, then it must come to 1 degree, 2 degree, 3 degree, 4 degree, 5 degree, 6 degree, and 360 degrees means again you are coming back. So from 0 degree, 10 degree, 20 degree, 30, 40, 90, 80, 100, and so on, 360 degree, one full rotation. So earth has to rotate by certain degrees. So how much should we rotate in 1 second? Remember, we are continuously, if you look at here, every second the image has to change. If the image is not changing, see there, it has to flip. So every second the earth position has to if you are doing it, excuse me, I have a cold. So I think it's gone there, forget it. It is debugging it, forget that debugging story. Okay, every time it your image has to change. So every second some movement must be there. That is what we want. So every second you see there, the earth has to keep on rotating. So the total degree from starting from here, total is 360 degrees. So for 1 second, how much it has to go? So total is 360 degrees. You know very well. If you take this full 360 degrees, it has to rotate. Okay. So for 1 second, how much it has to rotate? 360 divided by 60. So you know very well, 1 minute has 60 seconds, 1 second has, you know very well. So 60, why that 60 is my favorite number. So this I'm talking about the time. So time is in 60, not in hundreds. So I'm going to divide it by 60. So how am I going to do that thing? So let me do the calculation for the angle up to which it has to rotate. Okay, so I'm going to calculate this from here. This is my earth. If you are getting confused, so what was this? I'm going to just put a remark. This is my sun. Okay, if you are getting confused, this is my sun, and this after that I draw. This is my orbit. Okay, with that aqua color orbit. Then this is my earth. If you are getting confused, so this is my earth, and the last one that I have done is I'm just putting a remark statement. This is going to be my moon. Okay, now earth has to rotate, so I have to calculate the angle. So I'm going to create a variable called angle, and how much angle I should get it. I have to get 360 degrees. How do I get 360 degrees? I told you math.pi is 180 degrees. Multiply it with the 2. This is 360 degrees. For 1 second, how much it has to go? Divided by 60. So this is it. Okay. And so this is how much it has to move. Okay, first it has to go by 60, then one small fraction you are going to get it. So this fraction you are going to get it, remember. Then slight movement. Remember, when I say 360 by 60, okay, what is the value you are going to get it? So this is 6, is it not? This is constant, but the 6 has to keep on rotating. 6 into 1, 6 into 2, 6 into 3. Why? This angle has to change. So here you have 0 degree. Next you must go by 6 degrees. Next time is again 6, means 6 plus 6 is 12 degrees. Remember, this is 12 degrees. Again next time it has to go by 6 degrees. So 6 means this is 18 degrees. Remember that. Again 6 means 24 degrees. That means I have to multiply it with, the first time I have to multiply this 6 with 1. Next time I have to multiply 6 with 2. Next time I have to multiply 6 with 3, and so on and so forth, so that I can keep on increasing the angle. So first 6 degrees, next 12 degrees, next 18 degrees, 24 degrees, and so on and so forth. So I have to keep on multiplying. I need one variable which will continuously go. So I'm going to go out and I'm going to create a variable there. I'll say where I, and I'm going to initialize I equal to 0. Initially 0 degrees, then 6 degrees, 8 degrees, and so on. So every time I have to change the value of I. Okay, so let's look at this thing over here. Okay, so once I draw this particular the earth, I have to keep on rotating it, is it not? So I have to somewhere, I have done this thing over here. Okay, now I have to rotate this whole thing. How do I rotate this whole thing? I have to say, okay, ctx dot, okay, rotate by how many degrees? Okay, my angle that I have got is this one, and this is not this one angle. Okay, if you say into I, it's good, but there is one minor problem. What is the minor problem? See, look at the value of I. I is equal to 0. Next time you say I is equal to 1. Next time you say I is equal to 2. Next time I is equal to 3. Now I keeps on going and going and going. I will be 10,000, 20,000, 30,000. After 5 minutes, I will be 25,000. Now that 25,000, if you add, this Earth will come out of the galaxy itself, and it will, instead of rotating around the sun, it will rotate around some other sun on the some other galaxy altogether. So that should not happen. So my last value for I is, where is this I? I must start from 0, no doubt. And I have to keep on, I is 10 degree, 20 degree, 30 degree, and so on. Last value is 60 degrees. After that 60, I has to again reset back to 0. So you start from here, 1, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, and 360 degrees. Okay, what is 360 degrees? 60 into 60. Okay, 60 into 60 is 360 degrees. After that 360 degrees, it has to start from 0 again, 0 degree, 1, 2, 3, otherwise this will, if you keep on increasing the value of I, that will be 360, 365, 390, 400, and many other degrees will come. So I have to see to it that I value will not exceed beyond the value of 360. Okay, so it should not go beyond that value. So what am I supposed to do that thing? Okay. How am I going to increase, or how am I going to reduce the value of I? Now the way in which you can do this one is, there are many different ways in which you can do it. Okay, one is you increase the value of I. Okay, I is equal to I plus 1. Okay, no doubt. Okay, and then you set if I value is equal to some excuse me, if I value is some greater value, then you reduce the I value to 0. You can do that thing. Now I'm going to just make I is equal to I plus 1, but when I'm multiplying it, okay, I'm going to use the mod function. So what is this mod function that you can think of using? So mod function that I can think of using is I mod 60, because I don't want the value of I to go beyond it. So what is this mod function? If you have forgotten this mod function, so what is x mod 10? Or how many? So if you have a value x divided by 10, what is the remainder that you get? Suppose if x value is 5 divided by 10, what is 10 cannot divide 5, so what is the remainder? Remainder will be 5 itself. If x value is 9 divided by 10, what is the remainder? 10 cannot divide 9, so the remainder is 9 itself. What if the value of x is 12? 12 divided by 10, 10 goes one time, so what is the remainder? Remainder is 2. What if x is 15? 15 by 10, 10 will divide one times, 5 is the remainder. So remember, the remainder that you get when you divide something with the 10 is 0 to 9. Okay, so you cannot get 10, because if the remainder is 10, that means 10 can divide this number. Similarly, if you have a x mod 60, what is the value that you can think of getting? X value, x mod 60 means x will go from 0 to 59. Okay, when you say x mod 10 is 0 to 9, 1 less than 10, x mod 60 is 0 to 59. Again, after 59, it will again come back to 0, and that is what I want. So I want the value of I to be within 60, not beyond 60, because if you keep on increasing the value of I, it will go beyond 360 degrees. Remember, my angle is already 60 degrees into, I am going to go and multiply it with the 60 into 60, 360 degrees, I'm going to get it. So not beyond that. So that is what I have done. Then I'm going to increase the value of the I by 1. Okay, done. Let's see what will be the effect. Now remember, this function, if you just save it, nothing is going to happen. If you look at here, nothing is going to happen. You will not see any movement or anything for that matter. The reason is, remember here, they are flipping it. Okay, this thing has to be called again and again and again. Every second, this has to be called. In other words, our function that you have here is called only once. You have to call it many a times. How do I call it many a times? For this, if you want to call the function at a specific interval, then there is a built-in function called as set interval. So you say set interval. This is the function. Okay, set interval SS, and I'm going to say for every millisecond this has to be called. Oops, just a minute. I'm going to disconnect from my internet. Okay, hopefully it is getting disconnected. Just give me a second. Okay, so it's going to be called by within 1 millisecond. So let's look at what is the effect. Let me go here. That's not really required. You see there. Okay, it is moving. It is moving. It is moving. Okay, 6 it's moving like anything. Okay, but moon is not moving, but moon is moving along with it, so that is not a problem. Okay, now that's very fast. I'm going to reduce it. Okay, so let me reduce the value of I. Where is this I value gone? Instead of 5, I'm going to make it as 0.5. Just is the I is equal to I plus 1 I said, and now I is equal to 0.5. So reduce it by 50%. Can you see there? Okay, so it's still faster. Now I'm going to go to my last value, and that is 0, 1. So let's look at this 0, 1. Can you see that's the smoothest way it is going? 666 degrees, it is going very, very, very smoothly. Okay, but only problem is that moon is not rotating. Okay, how do I rotate this moon? Now remember, when the earth is making 360 degrees, I refer to the Google for that matter, the moon will rotate the earth 12 times. 12.34 they are saying something, okay, but I will take 12 times. So in a year, moon will make a circle across the earth. So if you have this earth here, where is the earth? If you have this earth here, this moon will make 12 times it is going to go around this. Apart from going around the sun, moon will also rotate 12 times. How to make moon rotate by 12 times? So that is one more problem that we are encountering. But you know very well, moon has to move along with the earth, no doubt. But apart from that, it has to rotate 12 times. So how do I going to do it? It's a very simple. You don't have to even think about it. So you said rotate. This is for the earth. Let me reduce some space over here. Let me reduce some space. So this is for the earth. Let me also reduce this. Okay. This is for earth. Okay. Let's go with the moon then. What is the moon? Moon, you have to just multiply it by 12. That's simple as that. So this angle that you have seen here, rotate by, this is going to rotate it this much. So you are going to rotate, this is my moon, either yes or not. So that is my moon, which is translating. So this moon, I'm going to rotate, this whole story is same. 12 times it is rotating, that's simple as that. You just write a 12 in front of this angle, same angle, how you have calculated for the earth. The same story is true for the moon also, but it is 12 times, so simple as that. Okay, so you go and you see that moon is also rotating 12 times across this earth. Okay, now if you look at here, so this is also rotating 12 times across the earth. So can you see that 12 times across the earth, from here to here it is going to rotate 12 times across the earth. Now I'm coming to the last one. So this is what you are supposed to do it. Now I have not told you about something, and I told you I'm going to talk about this slightly later. Okay, what is this that I am doing? Remember, have you seen this news in Doordarshan News? So in Doordarshan News, you have one person, okay, the news anchor. He is going to read here, and you have this background. On this background, things has to go. Now this is my background. Which is my background? The rectangle, which is my background. This rectangle with the blue color is my background. How you've seen this news anchor? So with the one behind there is one background, on the front they are going to read. So only they are moving, the background is not moving. Okay, so I want that background every time. If you look at this flipping here, you see that background. Can you see this background? Don't look at the image, look at that background. That has to remain stable, and on that background you have to draw different images. Now that background has to be constant, and that is what I am doing here. So I draw this rectangle and I fill it with the dark blue color, no doubt. Okay, I fill it with the dark blue color, and I'm going to store, I take this as my background. On that background, I'm going to draw the sun, earth, moon, and so on and so forth. And once one flip is over, see, once one image is over, see, one image is over, I can stop that thing. Oops, if I start clicking, it may go somewhere. Okay, it just stopped. Can you see there? It just, where is this is not going to work. Okay, so can you see there? One image, and then next image, and so on. Okay, so you draw one. So this you are drawing, actually every second you are drawing one earth, Sorry, this is not going to look like Earth. So this is the Earth, the sun, the earth, the moon. Once you are drawing it, again you are drawing within 1 second, 60 times you're going to draw whole the thing. So you draw this one earth slightly moved, moon slightly moved, again one more background remains same. On that you draw, sorry, this is the sun, assume that that's the sun, that is earth, that is moon, and one more time you have the sun, earth slightly moved, and the moon slightly moved, and so on. So you keep on flipping them one after the other. How many times? In 1 millisecond you keep on rotating them, so that you're going to get it. So what I'm doing is, I start with the, where is this, I start with the background, I save this background, okay, and then I draw all these things, the sun, moon, earth, whatever I draw. One scene is over, I restore the background. So I start, I draw sun, moon, and other thing, restore the background again blank slate, draw sun, moon, earth, and other thing, again blank slate, restore it, and again. So this is how I'm doing it. So this is how you're going to get the whole thing rotated around. That's not my thing, this is the it. Only thing that I'm going to make, if you want to change the size of the moon also, and maybe the distance of the moon also, the only thing is, in your examination this color is not aqua, that color has to be black. I'm going to just make one difference there. And where is my aqua color? So this aqua has to be changed as black. I'm not sure whether if I change it to black you will be able to see the orbit. I don't know whether in your video will be able to see that black color. So that is the orbit around which the earth is moving. Thank you for your interest. We will meet again in the next exercise.